We had a nice sweep of that Asia low, right, during London. I'm very curious to see if we see a power of three play out right now. So accumulation, manipulation, and then we distribute for the New York session. But it is a Monday, so need to need to see what we can grab here. I think this is going to be the sizing for today, because I think 400 ticks would just be way too much in this market. We still have some low resistance liquidity to the downside as well. Ideally, I would like to see it take some liquidity down here and then have a reaction off of the one standard deviation first. That would kind of be ideal, I think. Some type of bullish price action around here. Alternatively, we do have this daily fair value gap here we could reach for, but doesn't seem too likely, to be honest. Doesn't seem very likely. I don't think we will run for the low of this candle. That would be yet another bearish engulfing candle that we'd see. It's not very typical. So we'll see. We're sweeping this pre-market liquidity here. We could sweep the pre-market liquidity and start running for the highs, or we can come all the way down here for the lows. So we'll see. ES still working its way down there. Has yet to take in any liquidity yet. Well, I shouldn't say that. I should say the London low liquidity. Yeah, so these lows are the target. Or I shouldn't say the target, the stop loss, excuse me. These lows down here would be stop loss. If I was to take this trade. Just trying to see, you know, where we are. See this this kind of lines up with this bearish candle here, but this wasn't a order block, right? This was the manipulation leg kind of at this candle. I don't see us really trading into this. Possibly this low here. Or this high, which would be this candle's low. Yeah, very, very tricky, but ultimately on the higher time frame, I'm not seeing any bearish price action for today down to these lows. So I'm pretty inclined to just take a buy at this turtle soup, right? Or around this one standard deviation. But it's possible we don't even get that fill if we don't sweep that low. We could just get price start to trade higher here. We'll see. What up, Jofer? How's it going, man? Good morning. Yeah, Mondays lately haven't been too good for me, guys, at all. I've been having a lot of blow up Mondays, so I'm really trying to reevaluate my trading, especially like on Mondays, because I get so hyped up over the weekend and I get so like motivated and excited for the market open, and then I just push it way too hard on a Monday, and like just that's kind of been a problem lately. And I just been like throwing rolls out the window and things like that. So just really trying to stay even keel and not really like emotional and get too excited about trading, you know. It's hard when you really like enjoy it, you know. Especially if you got a lot of free time on the weekend where you're just kind of chilling and back testing and make sure everything's aligned with your strategy. It it's easy to go overboard on Monday. It's been my worst days to trade as Mondays. So I'm just really trying to evaluate and see if it's even worth me trading on Mondays, or do I just, maybe take one trade and be done. Not really sure. Kind of collecting data on that right now. Have to remember to it's pre CPI. You know, we got CPI tomorrow. So it's something to kind of keep in mind. So ES never took that high, or took that low, excuse me. ES never took that. Oh, was Trump actually speaking today? I didn't even see that. I was just looking at red folders. I don't even know why that wouldn't be classified as a red folder. Yeah, so getting a pretty big reaction off this area right here. It looks like this was kind of accumulation, right? And then we might be manipulating out of this range just a little bit to trade higher. but I don't really like the price action here, especially if we have clean London lows to take down here. Not too excited about this setup here, especially if we don't have SMT. There's no real valid setup here yet. What up, Randy? How's it going, bro? Yeah, it's been a minute since you were in here, man. I think like a week or so. Hmm. Yeah, not a whole lot to see right here, right now. But this doesn't look too bad in terms of a setup to the highs, right? Or at least midnight open. Got a nice little V-shaped recovery out of NYSE open. It's not bad. Had this 15-minute candle, pretty solid. Pretty solid 15-minute candle. Let's see how it closes. Now we do have that we had that London low down there, but I think we might be seeing a manipulation below this pre-market low to trade higher. Let's see here. Got a candle closure in 40 seconds. We could just be running for these highs right here, right now. See how this candle closes. Yeah, this could be getting us a good opportunity here. 15-minute looks great. I like the way we manipulated down there. We just have those London lows, which is a little sus, right? Hmm. We got a little change in the state here. This was a manipulation leg below here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take this trade.
Order. Order submitted.
Yeah, and all we're gonna do is we're just gonna target these current daily highs here. We'll see how these next like two candles react. If we start trading below this candle's low, then I'll probably close my trade. Tighten my stop up here a little bit. Now I can be caught offside here if like I said, we start trading back down towards this London low, but it looks like we are just sweeping this pre-market liquidity, all of this down here, to continue higher towards the highs. Yeah, longs look decent. But it is a Monday, pre-CPI, so and once we trade to this midnight open here, I'll definitely go break even. ES didn't take that London low either. That's the only concern, right? So hourly doesn't look too bad. 15-minute looks pretty good, like I said. Yeah, I think there's a lot of liquidity to draw up to right here. So it's just a matter of if this was enough of a manipulation leg, right? That's my thought process on it. Was this enough, this little play right here, to get us to these highs? 1 minute looks pretty solid too. I mean, 1 minute we had a nice V-shaped recovery. I'm not disregarding that at all. I like how we balance this price range here on the 5 minute as well. So let's see if we can start getting some more displacement higher. Long and strong. Yeah, let's see it. Let's see that push. We got the 4-hour delivering out of a fair value gap as well. So, I mean, these highs look great. It's just, can we get there? Randy, you gonna show it? All right, man. Whip it out, bro. Whip it out the long and strong. We're talking about going long and getting these London highs, man. I don't know what you're on. What did he say? Oh, we're taking our time, huh? It's gonna be one of those days. Slow moving. Now, once we reach, if we reach to this level here, I'd want to see it trade through it pretty quickly. I don't want to see it respect this order block here, because this did sweep the high right here. Create this order block. I don't want to see that get respected. I just want to see it blast through it and take those highs. But it'd be a good time to go to break even after that. And then just be risk free for a Monday. And we could chill for the rest of the day. I don't even care to be in the market after the past couple Mondays I've had, man. So daily's looking pretty good. Like I said, all we need to do is just go for this current daily high and we're solid. I don't even care about getting to all-time highs. Just go for the current daily highs here, the Asia high. I feel like we got some volatility and some volume in the market right now, but we're not like displacing. I feel like it's moving around quite a bit. Just in a very tight range. Yeah, we are lagging pretty hard. Yeah, I could see this as being manipulation right here, but we need to see the next two candles really turn back around back into the range here, because if we just start going down lower, we'll just hit stop loss, right? ES looking a bit weaker. Yeah. Yes, it is not looking too good. So we got 20 seconds on this candle. If we close back in the range, I would say this is okay still. But if we start flipping here, it's not going to look good. So got a little volume imbalance there, actually. That's what I'm talking about. I think the market is actually moving. There's some volume in the market. It's just in a tight range, back and forth. Like I said, though, this does look like a little accumulation manipulation. And now we distribute higher. And the same thing I'm looking for on the 1 minute right here was basically the same thing I was looking on the 5 minute here, right? We had this push up and then accumulation and then manipulation and now distribution, but we need this to hold. We should slam through these highs now after that little manipulation play. Lay down for me one time. Randy's up in here, man. He's on one today, man. Did you work last night, Randy? Have you slept yet? You haven't slept, right? Just up since the Look at that though. That's not really what I want to see right there. Tapping into that order block like that. Really want to see it push through. Caught this to the Asia low. Damn, that's solid. That was actually a solid trade. That was like the only solid price action so far today. Very nice, bro. All right, so trading through that order block now. Just need these highs to get ran, and then we're going to go break even. I really like how we have this bearish candle here as well. It's not fun to sit through. Like, obviously, you would rather just want to see price slam to your take profit, but seeing this, left behind isn't a bad sign, in my opinion. Yeah, this order block is a little sus, right? We really need to get through that in the next, like, 2 minutes before 10 a.m. Got a nice hammer candle forming. I like the idea of this too, the 8 a.m. Low getting ran, and now we run for the 8 a.m. high as well. But really need this push. At this point, I mean, stop loss could go below here. Because this is kind of the protected low, I would say, because this was manipulation, in my opinion. So if we start trading below this low, I could see the London lows getting ran. That was a nice closure. I like that candle closure there. A 5 minute, extremely bullish here on the hourly. Now this 4-hour candle is still an inside bar, which is very interesting. You don't really see the 6 a.m. candle as an inside bar too often. But Monday pre-CPI. That's all I got to say about that. So yeah, possibly we trade into this bearish candle here. Basically the propulsion block. Trade into this propulsion block and start trading for these highs. Then we go break even. And then we slam break even. And then we overtrade all day. And we blow our accounts. Wait, what? What? What did he say? Frank heard it. Oh man, that's how that shit goes, though. That's how it goes, man. Come on, man. This order block just needs to let it go. Let it go, man. Hmm. All right. This has got to be it. Got a nice wick to the downside here on the hourly. I could even scale in here, but I think we're just going to let these two contracts run. I don't think we're going to scale in. I like my entry. If we break these highs, I would like to go to break even. That's why I don't want to scale. If I scale in one more time, it's going to put my entry, I guess, around here, which I guess isn't too bad, honestly. Yeah, we're accumulating again, aren't we? Oh my God. Look at that candle. What in the hell, bro? How did I not get slipped there? How did I not get slippage? Wow. I literally just moved my stop to that too. This is a candle that slipped me out a couple weeks ago. A random candle like that. That's crazy. That was only on MNQ. That's wild. Yeah, that's some craziness right there. This stop is looking kind of vulnerable right now. That order block is really getting respected. 5 minute order block. That's crazy. This was a bearish engulfing, but we closed back in the range. Very interesting. Some serious manipulation going on right there. And NQ didn't show that. That's wild. It's exactly what happened to me though a couple weeks ago. And I got slippage on break even. was really weird. See, I don't even know. I like maybe Trump said something here, but it's only on MNQ, right? So it's like I don't think so. That was a crazy, crazy move. It's so crazy. Like you literally blink and you like it just happens in a millisecond. It's just like, I don't know. You drop 35 points in a millisecond. Like that's definitely manipulation. Frank, you're annoyed? What's going on, bro? What's going on, brother? You got a big L already? What happened? Did that slippage, that wick, shorting to the London lows? Yeah, man. The London lows, they did look good. I'm not gonna lie, but I was just bullish on the day. I mean, if I'm bullish on the day, I don't really want to be shorting into this. I'd rather see my bullish setup around the London lows, but you know, I've been bad about switching bias, but today I just came into the market with a bullish intent, so I'm just gonna look for bullish setups. Yeah, we're just trading right in the middle of the range, man. Yeah, Randy, last week was wild. It completely, uh, basically completely recovered that bearish week from all those red folder news events. We had NFP, we had FOMC, we had all those data releases. I was definitely expecting price to go lower last week, and we completely recovered. And I mean, I did okay as well. I didn't do okay. I did really bad last week, but Monday is really fucked me over because I had such a short conviction that I sized up on a Monday, took two losses, and then Tuesday switched my bias to bullish, and we were bearish. It was just like it was a mess. Last week was a mess. Definitely need to be more patient on Mondays and not just impose my will on the market just because the thing was I saw this bearish engulfing weekly candle, so I tried to short right off the open thinking we were just going to melt the whole week, and we just completely recovered. It wasn't even close to being a short. Oh, it was definitely tilt for me, man. It was definitely tilt for me. I just kind of married the short bias all week. Shit, that might have been loud. My bad, guys. All right, I'm just gonna go break even here at this point. Um, After that manipulation leg down lower and we're breaking those highs, I don't want to see price come back. I'd just rather let price ride here. So we got NQ taking this high, but ES is not. I don't like this SMT. ES is not even close. So I'm honestly thinking about just taking profit right here, to be honest, man. I really don't like. I really don't like how SMT is lagging, or ES is lagging like this, creating this SMT. We could trade towards this London high, but I don't like this. So we trade through this high. We should get order fill here,
Order filled.
right there. So just a small win for Monday. Nothing too crazy. And we might continue to trade higher here, but I don't like this SMT at all. Not when we have these London lows. So not too bad of a trade. Insane manipulation on MNQ though. Insane manipulation on that 1 minute candle. This was actually wild. But luckily didn't get stopped out there. Our stops are right below that low. And look at that. Look at that reaction we're seeing now off of that high right there. Very dangerous for anyone in longs right now. Cause this is SMT, right? Got SMT at the highs. You're holding that, Randy? Yeah, definitely be break even though, man. Definitely be break even because we can definitely see ES start to roll over here and then NQ follow suit. Definitely be careful. I'm gonna just take that win for the day though, and I will not be engaging on anything else. Where's your entry at? You got 723 entry. Okay, so you had a very similar entry. You had a little bit better of an entry than me. Got stop and profit. Okay, looks good, man. Looks good. Yeah, we had a nice little fair value gap form there on the 1 minute, breaking those highs right here. But we are starting to form some low resistance liquidity. And like I said, when you see SMT with ES like this, if they're not looking to take the high at the same time, then you definitely need to be a little cautious about that. Because this divergence is pretty extreme. But yeah, man, long and strong. That's the name of the game, right, Randy? Long and strong. Where the arrow is at. Yeah, I think this was kind of like one of your setups, right, Jonah? I mean, this right here was beautiful, right? This was just accumulation, right? We just had accumulation and then we manipulated and then all we did was just catch this high being ran. So accumulation, manipulation, distribution. But we could continue to distribute higher, you know. I just I want to be out. You know, Mondays have not been too good to me, so just take my profit and run. Yeah, the 1 minute looks really good as well. It's just like a small This is your model to a T right here, right, Jonah? That you've been trying to trade. Nice little inverse fair value gap right here. Manipulating below the lows. Right there. And there's Jonah's model. Yeah. What's tough too about sometimes is sometimes you don't get this inversion test retest, but you can get some crazy risk to reward if you can get this retest right here. But yeah, this was really nice. You target these highs right here. Boom. Nice little 1.75 R. Wow, look at that candle. Look at that candle that just formed. Don't blink. You might miss it. Seriously. It's crazy. That's what I was saying earlier. There's literally volume in the market. It's just like bouncing around so much. You can tell like in the candles like how much they're moving just in one area. There's definitely some volatility for sure. Yes, it's still lagging though. It's so weird. Yeah, and like Frank was saying, NQ didn't have that manipulation, right? That 1003 candle didn't look like that. Kind of crazy. Messed up. Definitely messed up. What do you mean now you're looking for longs, John? I thought you were always looking for longs, man. Or you're looking for shorts. Just go long again. Nah, I'm out. I am out. Now, if I did take a long here, like in my personal opinion, I don't see like where I could place my stop. Like logically, right? This was the last like protected low, in my opinion. So if I went long, you know, stops would be like here. And I mean, I would max target Asia high. So it's like, yeah, I don't like putting. I wouldn't like putting my stop here on this candle formation. Maybe this one, but um, I don't know. Just kind of forming some low resistance liquidity here. I feel like this could come back and be swept. Yeah, you would target Randy. You would target all-time highs. Yeah, I mean, definitely could, but Monday, Monday all-time highs. Okay, long and strong. Yeah, I mean, daily candle looks good. Like I said in the beginning of the stream, like this daily low was not a target, especially if we're already trading above the daily high. So anything that we got at market open below, right? Anything that we got at the 9:30 open and we started trading lower was good opportunity in my opinion. Right? Because we were trading below the midnight open. The daily low is not a target. I'm not looking at this daily low at all. So, but hey man, you're wild. You're wild. Big balls for wanting to hold up to these Asia highs, I guess. But I feel like there's definitely days where, you know, it's good to look for full targets like that. But Monday, I'm just trying to get some base hits in because Mondays I've been kind of having blow up days on Monday, and it's just not logical, right? Not good trading. Yeah, ES is kind of gross. Look at this. It's nothing. Stuck in a range. 10-point range. Yeah, Jonah, that goes for any day, honestly. Like you could, you can wait till 10 a.m. You can wait till 10 a.m. to take trades and just look to trade between 10 and 11 and just figure out where that 1 hour 10 a.m. candle is going to go, right? Like there's nothing wrong with waiting until 10 a.m. shows up and just looking at this first 9 a.m. candle and saying, you know, what did this 9 a.m. candle do? What did 9:30 open bring us? And like logically, where are we going? You know what I mean? If you simplify things a little bit more and you just wait the first 15 to 30 minutes of the open to kind of do its thing and show its hand, you might not be the first on the train, right? But you could still have a better understanding about where price is going. And I've been trying to be a little bit more patient as well because I've been caught up taking trades in the first 5 to 10 minutes of the open, trying to be the first one on side with the market. But if you just if you just wait and let the market play out a little bit, that first 15 to 30 minutes, it'll show its hand, right? So we got 9 a.m. sweeping the 8 a.m. lows. With this candle closure, I would say, it's pretty clear that we do not want to run for these London highs. If you just look at this candle right here, this 9 a.m. candle, where does price logically want to go, right? This 9 a.m. or this 8 a.m. high, and then possibly this London high, you know, and that's every day. I mean, now, granted, you can have days where, you have these huge bullish candles, right? You have these huge bullish candles, and it's very hard to place your stop loss. But you have an idea. If we close right here at 9 a.m., you have a easy high target sitting right here. Maybe there's a 1 minute opportunity to get in here just to catch this high, right? You're not trying to catch like huge plays, but 9 a.m. is clearly showing you where it wants to draw to. It could be that simple. Instead of trying to be right and catch this huge, maybe 3R play, whatever, right off the open or 9 a.m., you just wait until price shows its hand and makes itself so painfully obvious that you can't miss it. You know what I mean? Even if you only take a 1-to-1 here, you know what I mean? Profit is profit. Say, you got in on this wick right here and you just got a 1-to-1 trade. Well, that's very solid profit for a Monday or for a Friday. Same here. If we just tried to get in on this wick right here and we just targeted maybe like a 1-to-1, maybe we got in like right here when this wick is down, right? We started trading back down into this consolidation area. Maybe we just put our stop loss down here in a safe area, which was kind of like our trade idea, right? We just got in a little bit earlier, which we didn't have to do. We could have got the same exact entry on that manipulation leg lower. So I think that's, what a lot of people, when they say patience pays in the market, like that's literally what it is. Like if you wait till something shows its hand and it's so painfully obvious, and it's like same with daily candles. If you look at daily candles and you just wait until something is so painfully obvious, you know what I mean? And you just go in hard on those days. You know what I mean? Like if I look at this candle right here, this one right here, right? It is so painfully obvious that we're going to run for this high. Now it looks really small on the daily time frame, but it's still, almost 50 points, right? So you can get in when price is running for this high because it's painfully obvious. But it's the same thing with like 9 a.m. candle and like where 10 a.m. is going to go. Same thing with like 4 hour. And that's why I try to focus really, really hard on the higher time frames because it's going to be a little bit more obvious where price wants to go. Because lower time frames are going to give you all these different setups, right? Short, long, short, long. But it's obviously it's just a matter of how you see the market though. At the end of the day, like something that's obvious to me might not be obvious to you guys. But I mean this is just like basic price action in my opinion. You got 9 a.m. opens, sweeps the pre-market lows, closes extremely bullish. You got low resistance liquidity and a London high resting up top, right? Seems pretty good, right? I think the most important part in trading, obviously aside from risk management and discipline, is stop loss placement. I think that's the biggest thing as well. Stop loss placement. Yeah, if I was still in this trade, right? Like, I wouldn't really feel too comfortable. Like, okay, say I was targeting like way up here for a 2R. I wouldn't really feel comfortable moving my stops below any of these lows of these candles, right? Just because I'm not looking at it as a protected low. The only protected low that we had was this low right here, right? And then when we broke this high, that's when we go break even. Because at this point, we could see price come back and sweep lows. And this could be a market structure shift, or we could just be grabbing liquidity to go higher, right? So this is the only logical spot where I see stop loss could go, right? Because this was manipulation down below this candle's low after we took the high. But that's just like, that's kind of in not more advanced, but it's just trade management, right? Taking risk off the table when you don't have to have it on. But it's just looking at this from like a market structure standpoint as well. Like we 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 are forming a lot of low resistance liquidity. So price could do a couple things here. We have lows here. We have lows here. We have lows here. We could sweep liquidity here and form another model that Jonah looks for at this point. Like if we form a inverse fair value gap and we start trading higher, this could be a model for Jonah because we've already established trend direction. We're going higher, right? So you would want to look for a fake market structure shift. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you know, things are kind of 50-50, right? Because there's two ways to look at price action, what just happened, right? So we have this leg that happened, right? And then we consolidated and we made a leg lower. Now we could have came up, traded here, swept this liquidity and traded lower, right? That's a possibility as well. Now, just because it was a real market structure shift and we started trading higher, this was the opportunity to get in. Once you confirm market structure shift, right? So this is a market structure shift right here. But is it fake or is it real? You know what I mean? It's not confirmed that it's real until we start trading higher again and printing these new highs, right? So you don't really know what's going on in this scenario right here. Is this manipulation to go lower? Or is this the break to go higher? Now, the one thing that you can look at is the clues that are down here, right? There are clues, you know, maybe this is sweeping a low, and maybe this was a violent V-shaped recovery, you know, and this is why I went long here, and I'm looking at this as a real market structure shift and not a fake market structure shift. So I think that's the one thing that you should really like look at. You know, is it a real market structure shift or is it a fake market structure shift? So if we want higher prices here, we're looking for a fake market structure shift, right? If we start trading below here and start closing below here, a lot of people might get in on shorts, right? Thinking this is a market structure shift. But in reality, all we're doing is creating a model to go even higher. This is just a liquidity grab. It all just kind of depends on what the higher time frame context is. But at the end of the day, market's going to do what it wants. Market's going to do whatever it wants, and it's up to you to manage the risk and be disciplined. Because that's still the most important part. Yeah, it's so easy just to get caught up on the strategy all the time, but in reality, like, you're going to be wrong a lot, you know. You're going to be wrong so much. Yeah, this trade isn't looking too promising now. We're chilling, right? You'd really want to see displacement through those highs, but just not getting it. And now we're starting to see ES really roll over. I would say these lows are pretty vulnerable. And it's the same situation, right? This looks like a market structure shift. I bet you some people got in longs here and got absolutely destroyed. I'm sure some people did get in longs. You know, targeting the highs. You know, but the market's all the same though. You know, the market's just always, it's moving in three different phases. You know, it's just up to you, like how you see it and what you want to call it as well. You know, are you calling it, you know, manipulation, or are you calling it market structure shift? Like, it's all the same things. Just a matter of how you see it. Yeah, it really looks like ES wants to roll over though. And NQ might follow along a little bit, but the daily just doesn't make sense. The daily is screaming higher. But I mean, we had basically 3 days where we had pretty bullish price action, right? We had Thursday not quite as much, but yeah, Friday just might close in the range, right? Might just close in this like 100-point range, but still got a lot of time left. But it's pre-CPI, that's the thing. It's not just on Monday, it's pre-CPI. So if anything, you know, we see big moves tomorrow to all-time highs. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that for the day, guys. I'm gonna enjoy my Monday, get some stuff done, not sit here and overtrade on a Monday. But yeah, I'm gonna head out. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Okay, I'll post in the trade recaps, and if you need anything, just hit me up in the chat. Okay, sounds good. Take care, y'all.